Welcome. The company being analyzed today is MMP Industries Limited. This is a very small cap stock and it's engaged in the production of aluminium powders, aluminium conductors, aluminium insulators, and much more. So, a lot of aluminium products basically. Uh, Today, we are going to analyze its financials, its future prospects, its business segments, its growth strategy, and much more. So, let's start. So, first of all, we see a market cap of 696 crores. The price of one share is 274 rupees. The book value per share, that is the net asset value per share, 127 rupees. So current price is twice book value. Return on equity, 12.7%. Return on capital employed, 14.2%. All these numbers are from screener.com. So let's see its financials. Here we have the sales from 2015 2025. Here we have the sales growth numbers. Also, we have the operating profit and net profit from 2015 to 2025. All these numbers again screener.com. So in 2015, 157 crores of sales. In 2018, 243 crores of sales. 2020, 2021, the COVID effect led to a decline in sales. Sales of 231 crores in 2021. Then big resurgence post COVID, leading us to a revenue of 692 crores in 2025, 64 crores of operating profit in 2025, and finally 39 crores of net profit in 2025. If you can see these numbers, there has been a noticeable increase in the profits as well as in the revenues of the company. So here they are. First, here the sales growth. The compounded sales growth over the last 10 years has been 16%. Last 5 years has been 23%. Last 12 months, TTM, that is trailing 12 months or last 12 months, 24% sales growth. So massive sales growth. Then we see profit growth. Over the last 10 years has been 26%. The last 5 years has been 16%. Last 3 years 10%. Last 12 months 13%. So over the last 5 years, profit growth has been slightly behind revenue growth. Here you can see the operating margins of the company. Okay, the OPM, this part. Okay, so 2015, 9%, 2018, 12%, 2011, 2019, 11%. So it's in that 9 to 11% in the double digits range. It's crossing the early double digits. But then if you see post COVID, the margins have taken a bit of a decline, currently sitting at around 8 to 9%, which explains why profit growth has not kept up with revenue growth, at least right now, at least right now, as of recently. Now, return on equity has been extremely consistent, around 13% 10 years ago, then dropped down to 11%, and last year was around 13% return on equity, so pretty stable. The one thing which has been affected massively are the return on capital employed numbers. In 2016, return on capital employed was 26%, as you can see the bottommost figure. 23% in 2017. It's in the high 20s. It's in the 20s. But then 2020 onwards, the company has seen a big decrease in return on capital employed. This could be because of a massive increase in fixed assets. The company is rapidly increasing its production capacities. So that could be a reason. It would be a reason. And so basically, return capital employed right now pretty stable, 14%, bit on the upside from compared to 2023. So these are the round numbers. Double digit sales growth solid, even profit growth double digit. Return capital employed, it's all right. It's all right. At least like post COVID, it's all right. Return on equity pretty consistent and a lot of cash flows. These were the financials. Moving on, we have the company overview. Yes. All right. So 40 years plus of experience, a leader in manufacturing aluminium powders, foils, and conductors slash cables. All right, all right. Now, they're expanding exports here under global reach and validation under this paragraph. They're expanding exports to Europe and Africa also. So the export revenue is also increasing. So this is the main thing. This is the more important thing. Now, next to aluminium powders, aluminium foils, aluminium conductors, you see percentages. These are the revenue contributions as of fiscal year 2025 or the quarter one of fiscal year 2026. So recent numbers. So 58% of revenue comes from one segment, that is aluminium powders. Then 26% comes from aluminium foils. Then 16% comes from aluminium conductors. And now here you see composite insulators. Composite insulators, they have started the production. Production of composite insulators has started. This is a new revenue segment, new product for them. Here you can see aluminium paste and other products such as stir clips, retaining rings, and carbon steel fasteners. The last three products are used in the automobiles. So these products are products it's making under joint partnerships. Sorry, basically partnerships with other companies. Okay. So a lot of products, but mainly 58% revenue comes from selling aluminium powders, then 26% aluminium foils, then we move to aluminium conductors. All right, all right. So moving on, we first see the business segments here. Now, a lot of, okay, this is the capacities, right? The capacities. If you see the powders division, it's divided into three segments with 12,000 tons per annum. Okay, 12,000 tons per annum, or is it megatons per annum? Let me check. What does MTPA mean? Uh, Capacity. Oh, sorry, million tons per annum. That was okay. That was completely my fault. Sorry, million tons per annum. I should have known that. So atomized powders, atomized, considered atomized under the category of atomized, 12,000 millions million tons per annum. Pyros and flakes, 16,100 million tons per annum, and leafing, 300 million tons per annum. Main thing to consider here is that there are three different categories and an expansion in the pyros and flakes of 700 million tons per annum. Then in the foil section, I actually doubt if it's million tons or not. Let's just say MTPA. MTPA foils. Total capacity is around 13,000 MTPA. In conductors, 7,200, and it's adding 1,200 MTPA, million tons per annum, of conductors slash cable capacity. I hope it's million tons per annum. Then finally, composite insulators. It has started production of this. This is a new product for them, and 10 lakh units is what they will actually what the capacity is for production. So these were the productive production capacities for the company and its products. Moving on, we have the different business segments, starting with powders, setting the standard as the industry leader. Now, I don't know if it's the industry leader, but it's one of the big companies in the space. All right, one of the bigger companies in the space. So, a lot of things are being mentioned here, a lot of numbers, a lot of uses, and all. We will look into it, of course. One thing it's see below me, you can see infrastructure, construction, mining, agriculture, defense, automotive, and aerospace. These are the industries where the products are used. Okay. Here we have the capacities, total capacities from 2018 to 2025. You can see there has been a consistent growth in capacity. 2018, 2019, consistent. In 2020, they added up. 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025, capacity has been increased. All right. Of okay, leafing segment, leafing capacity was added. It seems in 2022, but overall capacity is increasing. Here you can see revenue from this segment. There are 438 crores of revenue in 2025 from this segment alone. You can see revenues have also been increasing. In the quarter one fiscal year 2026, 106 crores in revenue alone, just this latest quarter. Then here it reads 28% growth year on year, driven by strong demand across industries. Capacity expansion. They have added a further 3,600 megatons per annum, million tons per annum. Suppose megatons MTPA in pyroflake segment in fiscal year 2025, and they will add a further 700 MTPA at the end of quarter 2 fiscal year 2026. So further, all right, further expansion in capacity is going to take place for the powder segment. All right. Current capacity is 26,600 MTPA, so 700 more will be added the next quarter. Then diverse applications and growing clientele. In this powder segment, explosives. Okay, powders used in explosives count for 33% revenue. Powders used for the cement and construction industry count for 36% of its revenue. So the highest segment. Powders used for agrochemical industry, used in pesticides and all, 11%. Then talking about its clients, it has some big noticeable clients like solar industries. We got Ultratech Cement, we got Shree Cement, HIL, Royal Group. All right, so some big companies like UPL, Shree Cement, Solar, Ultratech, some of its marquee clients, marquee clients. Then we move to the foils segment. This is their second largest segment. Again, I don't know if they are the biggest company, but they are certainly one of the largest. Like top. Now, 26% of revenue. Okay, 26% of revenue. Current capacity total 12,000 MTPA. We can see here capacity has increased, right? Uh, you can see from 2021 to 2023, it remained the same. In 2024, there was a big jump in the rolling mill section. Then revenues, 154 crores of revenues from this section alone in 2025, and quarter one alone 47 crores. Very nice. 47 crores by 4 looks pretty good. But who knows, maybe it may be a cyclical business. Okay, a lot of concentration in one quarter only. So healthy revenue growth. Aluminium foils business grew from 2 crores in 2021 to 154 crores in 2025. Could be a bit misleading because, of course, the COVID rebound. Wait, 2 crore. Okay, COVID rebound. Yeah. Then EBITDA turnaround. The business successfully transitioned from losses to achieve EBITDA positive in 2025, marking a significant turnaround. So foils business, the second largest revenue segment, is finally profitable. Oh, okay. And it's a trusted partner in pharma. So their products, aluminum foils, are also used in the pharmaceutical segment. Okay, diverse product portfolio and strong client partnerships. Here you can read it for yourself. Food, okay, foil for food applications, flexible packaging, pharma, used for pharma. Then among its marquee clients, we have some of the biggest pharmaceutical companies in India, like um Caplin Point, Alchem, Sun Pharma, the biggest pharmaceutical company in India. It's a client. Aurobindo Pharma, Cadila Group, Cadila used to own Zydus or was Zydus, but basically major clients, major clients. Then third largest revenue segment, where we have the cables, the conductor segment, around 16% revenue. Yeah, 16% of revenue. Current capacity 7,200 megatons per annum. MTPA. MTPA. Here we see the capacity has remained consistent from 2019 to 2025. All right, capacity has remained consistent, but revenues have increased. Here you can see big drop because of COVID, but since COVID, a massive resurgence, 97 crores of revenue. This fiscal year, 29 crores alone in the latest quarter of fiscal year 2026. All right. So capacity expansion important. So currently is 7,200 MTPA, maybe megatons per annum. A further 1,200 MTPA That's like more than 10% increase in capacity will be added, will be added and will be operational by the end of for the first half year of fiscal year 2026. So first 6 months of this fiscal year, the current fiscal year we are in, it's going to add a further 1200 MTPA. All right. And demand and margins are on the rise because of strong demand from infrastructure and renewable energy projects. Okay. So, uh, yes, so we talked about the business segments, the various business segments. Now, what we're going to talk about are partnerships. Yes, we already discussed this to an extent earlier when we mentioned Star Clips and aluminum paste, some of the other products they were engaged in. So here we have some of the partnerships. Okay, so Star Clips and Engineering Limited. Star Clips and Engineering Limited. MMP Industries holds 26% of the company's shares, while the promoters hold 73%. This company is the largest manufacturer of star clips, retaining rings, and carbon steel fasteners, fine blank parts in India. Basically, they are the biggest manufacturer of some of these products, which are widely used in automotive, industrial, and engineering applications. This company has an export presence in Germany, USA, and Japan, contributing 35 to 40% of revenue. We're talking about star circlips. Okay, 45%, 40% revenue comes from exports. Then, then the second one is Toyal MMP India Private Limited. It manufactures aluminum paste, holding 26% of the company MMPL. Okay, it's a Japanese company. All right. Okay, the other big thing is Toyal. Then moving on, we have the future of the company. All right, the future outlook and all. So first we have the global aluminum industry. It's expected to grow by 6.2%, and as MMPL's more and more revenue will come from exports, it will depend. Then global aluminum industry will become more and more relevant for the company. All right, so 6.2% growth estimated from 2023 to 2032. So for the next 7 years estimation to grow around $394 billion. Then Indian aluminum industry, the main thing, it's expected to grow to $20 billion by 2030. 7.6% is the growth rate. And what is to expected to boost this? Many things. Again, you can read this, manufacturing boosts demand, urbanization, Make in India initiative, and the packaging sector, especially specialty packaging. So these are the future growths from the company. Then key drivers fueling growth across segments. Okay, key drivers growing growth across segments. A lot of things being written here. This can be a bit boring, but all right, I don't think we should actually cover this. Okay, what else do we have? What else do we have? I think the only thing to cover for future growth should be, yeah, this. This is the only thing. What are they looking to expand the revenue? First, we already saw capacity expansions. This will expand the revenue. Then going into new products like under portfolio expansion, they're saying going into composite insulators, low voltage power cables, and covered conductors, basically new products. They have mentioned an ongoing development with ISRO for high quality aluminum powders used in advanced rocket propellants. Again, aerospace. Then, AVL Belgium has made a strategic decision to transfer major manufacturing to MMP. All right, enabling MMP to manufacture and export their products, strengthening global market presence and boosting margins. So, AVL Belgium is transferring some of their manufacturing to MMP. Then, That was revenue growth, profitability growth. How will they grow profits? First, powders business, capacity expansion and higher utilization to strengthen market position and achieve economies of scale. Relying more on, again, okay, economies of scale, right? And higher utilization. Then foils business, again, high utilization. Composite insulators, they're just starting to get into this segment. It's a high margin segment, composite insulators. So that's going to just drive more profits. Conductors and cables, I guess infrastructure and renewable energy projects are more higher margins. So that's going to boost the margins. Renewable energy, while they're expanding the renewable energy to 40 to 50% of total energy consumption to lower power costs. So cost reduction program. All right, Star Circlips, 20 something percent holding in the company, 26% maybe. Good prospects, good prospects. I guess a major leader in what it does. Then backward integration, they're integrating the supply chain. They're investing in wire rod manufacturing to enhance margins, lower external dependence, and ensure a stable supply chain. So a lot of dependence on economies of scale, benefits, and cost reduction and backward integration. So good. So we looked at the future prospects. All right. The growth. The Indian industry itself is supposed to grow by 7.2%, but that was from 2023. Supposing 7.2%. That's the base growth we are looking at. All right. Then finally, I think it's time to look at the balance sheet. The balance sheet. Here we have the consolidated balance sheet. We're going to look at as of March 2025, the latest numbers. Okay, here let's take a look at current liabilities. All right. These numbers are in crores. So current liabilities are 173 crores in 2025. Okay, 117 crores 2024, 81 crores in 2023. So big increase in current liabilities. These are loans and all that the company has to pay within 1 year, one financial year. Then in the asset section, right? In the asset section, we're going to take a look at current assets. All right, current assets. To look at the current ratio of the company. Better the current ratio. Current ratio is current assets divided by current liabilities. Better the current ratio, more financially healthy the company is. So current assets of 240 crores compared to 173 crores this year. Last year 174 crores compared to like 111 crores. Basically, current assets are more than current liabilities. Cash and cash equivalents extremely low, 11 crores, and you can see 134 crores of this 440 crores current assets is inventory itself. All right, a lot of it is inventory, followed by trade receivables. So inventory refers to raw materials, the finished goods, and the goods still being made that the company has. Yeah, okay, that's what inventory means. So a lot of its current assets, its current financial position is reliant on, again, its raw materials. Okay, it's reliant on selling its products. Very reliant. It does not have a lot of cash. It really does not. A lot of trade receivables. Trade receivables are basically how much money you have lent to your customers, how much credit you basically. What it means, trade receivables is when you give your customers your products on credit. Okay, you don't take their payment immediately. You get the payment after some time. So the amount, the payment that the customers still have to do, it's seen as trade receivables. It's highly reliant on trade receivables and highly reliant on inventory. So that was the balance sheet, not a lot of cash. Again, if we look at the current liabilities section, right? Short-term borrowings, ST borrowing, short-term borrowings, 124 crores. Trade payables, basically, like companies, like they take the raw materials and all, they also take them on credit. They don't pay the raw materials right away. They take credit from the suppliers. They pay suppliers after some time. So trade payables, 27 crores, and other current liabilities. So this was the entire balance sheet. The current ratio, though not a lot of cash, more than one, and that's the good thing. The growth prospects, All right. 7.2%. 7.2% is actually pretty good for an industry, and it's growing its capacity a lot. It's moving into new and new products. It's increasing its capacity massively. And finally, one more thing, the aluminum powder segment is becoming a smaller and smaller portion of revenue. So larger and larger portion of revenue is coming from foils. Okay. Conductors share to revenue is also increasing. And again, it's going into the production of insulators. All right. Insulators, which are a high margin product, they have claimed so. That was MMP Industries. The company is a very fast grower of cash flows. That's to be mentioned. Here we can see its cash flows. All right. Cash flows from operating activities. 2015, 6 crores. 2019, 10 crores. 2021, 36 crores. 2022, 19 crores. Okay, pay attention to the top figure. And you can see 2025, 57 crores. 2024, 43 crores. So a big jump in cash flows, very fast cash flow grower. All right. So big growth in cash flows, a lot of capacity expansions. It is almost a market leader, almost the biggest company in aluminum powders. I believe it is the second or first or like top three, something like that. Aluminum foils, I'm not sure. So yeah, that was it. MMP Industries, very interesting. Small cap stock. I'm not recommending anything. I'm not a financial advisor, so I have no idea. That's it. Hope you have a nice day.